everyone, and welcome back to another She Budgets YouTube video. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sarah and I love all things budgeting, planning and personal finance. So in today's video we are going to be looking over the sinking fund log and overview pages at the end of each month and just how I fill them out. So a bit of a how-to today. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to just look at last month's, so January results and the January sinking fund log. So as you can see here, these are at the end of the month, and these are just for your sinking funds. So if you're not sure what sinking funds are, I've got a few videos on my YouTube channel and a lot of information on my Instagram and Facebook if you want to check it out. But essentially they're just small savers that save for a specific goal throughout, and these are our sinking funds here that we focus on. These change throughout the year, but some of them stay the same for the whole year. All right, so we're moving on to looking at the sinking fund log. I'm not going to fill any of this out, but I'll just show you this is what how I fill this out. So we have our sinking funds, they're in a different bank account. So we have them separate to our main spending and bills accounts. So they're in their own bank account. We use UpBank because you can have as many saver accounts as you like. They get interest, each one of those. And I just find that it's a perfect setup for sinking funds. So what I do here is, I'll just zoom you in a little bit, is this is where I just... it's a bit of a log of what comes out of our sinking fund. So not what goes in, but just what comes out. So as you can see here on the second, the sinking fund was our holiday sinking fund. $23 came out, and I've just written for Adelaide. So it must have just been for our trip in Adelaide. And then I always put the balance that's left in that sinking fund. So now there's $0. If we look at the next one, on the 11th, we have our giving sinking fund. We took out $50 and that was for the homeless donation, and the balance was $10. And I'll just go one more. On the 11th, we had gifts, $83 for Ruby and Sid, and then the balance remaining in that gift sinking fund is $240. So this is just where I just make a note of what transactions have come out of what sinking funds. So that is how you use that page there. Now moving on to the next page. So this is the sinking fund overview. So at the beginning of each month, I just fill out the sinking fund name and what's in that account at the beginning of the month. So the plus here is what was added into that sinking fund for the month of January, and the minus is what was spent out of that sinking fund for January. And then you'll have an ending balance. So I'll go through and fill those out now. So first one we had was boy's birthday. So the beginning balance was $463. We added $82. We haven't spent any because their birthdays are in June and July. And so the ending balance is $545. Now these are a bit of a random, like $82, because the interest that was earned for that month. So I think I usually put $20 a month in. So then we probably earned about $2 of interest for that saving account. So that's why some of these are a bit of a funny amount. All right, for Christmas, we began with $80. We added $161. We spent $40. I think I had to buy another present for someone. And we are left with $201. Next, we have holidays. We had started with $0. We added $337. We spent $326, so we are left with $11 in that account. Next, we have gifts. Gifts started with $284. We added $126. We spent $365. January is a big month for us with gifts. It's like nearly a lot of our family members are in that month, so we're left with $45. Next, we have medical. Started with $443. We added $60. We spent $0. So we're left with $503 in medical. Next, car rego. So began with $458. We added $100. We spent $0. So it's $558 left in that one. So we save up for both our car regos. Just we put a small amount, I think $25 a week throughout the whole year. And then we're able to pay for those regos when they're due. Car service has $491. We added $301. We spent $102. I think Colin just had to get a few parts for his car. And then ending was $690. Next we have house. So that started with $60. We added $50. We spent $60, so we are left with $50 in there. House just includes things that we need for like the landscaping, or we might need to buy some fertilizer for the lawn or whatever like that, those sort of things. Next we have family fun. Started with $50, we added $10, we spent $0, so we've got $60 left in that one. Events is next, so we started with $69, we added $30, we spent nothing, so we've got $99 left in that one. Next we have union fees. Colin has to pay these for work. So $261 began, added $81. They are not due yet, so we didn't spend any, and we are left with $342 in that account. Clothing, this just is mainly like work clothes or like jocks, socks, things like that. $166 started. We only added $16 this month. Didn't spend any of it, so we're at $182. And lastly, we have giving. Began with $50, added $20. We spent $55, so we are left with $15. So then if I just go to the bottom, we've got our totals. So the beginning total was $2,875 in our all up with all our sinking funds. For January, we added $1,374. We spent $948 for January, and so we are left with $3,301. So a bit of an increase for January, as we didn't spend as much as what we put in. So I'll just zoom you back out. That is how we fill in the sinking fund overview page. So you have one of these at the end of each month. And it's just a great way to see how much you're saving each month, how much you're spending, and what your balances are at the end. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video made sense. If you have any more questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.